Hello, I'm Christopher from Learnry, and in this video, we will take a look at loops in the Python programming language. So by the end of this video, you will know everything that has to do with Python for loops and while loops. Now let's have a look at what for loops are. Like most of the other programming languages, Python has the for loop, but Python's for loop is a little bit different from the for loop found in other programming languages like C and Pascal. In Python, a for loop is typically used to iterate or loop over items of any sequence type like Python list, strings, tuple, and more. The for loop can also be used to access elements from a list, string, tuple, and more. Now let's take a look at the syntax of the Python for loop. So in this for loop syntax, variable name simply indicates the name of the target variable, which will store a new item or value from the sequence type for each iteration or cycle of the loop. The sequence is a Python sequence of values that will be assigned to the target variable. Again, the sequence values are provided using a list, string, tuple, and more. Statement 1 and statement 2 are pieces of codes that will be executed as the loop is running. Now let's have a look at the Python while loop. So the Python while loop is used to repeatedly execute code for as long as a test expression or condition is true. Now let's take a look at the syntax of the Python while loop. So in this while loop syntax, the while loop runs as long as the expression or condition evaluates to true, and it also executes the two statements in the while block. Again, the test condition is checked every time at the beginning of the loop, and the first time the expression evaluates to false, the loop stops without executing any remaining statements. Okay guys, so as always, I have my command prompt interface opened on the left hand side of my computer screen, and on the right hand side I have my Visual Studio Code editor opened. Again, I have gone ahead and created a Python file with the name of loops, and inside the file I have typed out a few examples on for loops and also while loops, so that you don't have to sit and watch me type all of this code. So let's start off by taking a look at the for loop, and we are going to do this by uncommenting lines 2 to 6. So now let's save our Python file with the command Ctrl+S. So in line 1 we have a comment that says for loop, and when we come down to line 2, a variable has been declared with the name of color list, and a Python list has been assigned to it which contains some names of colors. So in line 3 we have a for loop, and in order for us to be able to write for loops in Python, we need two keywords. We need the for keyword and then the in keyword. So as we can see in line 3, we have the for keyword and then we also have the in keyword. So we have for C, and C here is a variable, and as we know, color list is the initial variable that was declared in line 2. Then when we come down to line 4, we have a print statement which is basically going to all the time pick the value of variable C and then print it out inside our command prompt interface. Then in line 5, we have a print statement which is basically going to print 10 asterisk characters. In line 6, we have a print statement which is basically going to print the string of text that says end of for loop. So let's take a closer look at the for loop. Now we said that in order for us to be able to use Python for loops, we need the for keyword and also the in keyword. So on line 3, we have the for keyword followed by the name of a variable called variable C, and after that we have the in keyword, and then we also have our color list variable. So what is going to happen in line 3 is that we are basically going to loop through all the items that are inside the Python list in line 2. And as we loop through the items, for each of the item that we come across, we are going to store the value of that particular item to variable C. And then when we come down to line 4, we are going to print whatever value that is stored inside variable C to the command prompt interface. So let's go ahead and run our Python file, and we are going to do this using the command Python, and the name of the Python file is loops.py. We hit enter. So as we can see in our command prompt interface, the individual color names in our Python list that is found in line 2 have been printed one after the other in our command prompt interface. And the way that this was achieved is by using the for loop. So the way that this works is that we basically loop through each item in the Python list that is found in line 2, and for each item that we came across, we basically store that particular item as a value in the variable C declared in line 3, and we come to line 4, we print the value that is currently stored in variable C, and then we proceed from that point onwards. So this is what we do to each item in the Python list until we get to the end, which is color black. So once we get to the end of the Python list, we are basically going to break out of the for loop and we are going to run any subsequent code that we have after the loop. So that is it for the for loop. Now let's comment out lines 2 to 6. And now let's take a look at the while loop. So let's uncomment lines 10 to 15 and then we are going to save our Python file. So in line 10, basically we have declared a variable called variable x and the value of 0 has been assigned to it. Then on line 11, we have the while keyword and this is how we create Python while loops. So we have the while keyword on line 11 and immediately after the while keyword, we have a test condition. So the while loop will only be executed when the test condition is true. So when the test condition fails, then the while loop is going to be skipped or stopped immediately. So in line 11, we have a condition that seeks to check whether the value that is stored inside variable x is less than 5 or not. So the moment the value of variable x is less than 5, then our while loop is going to be executed. And the while loop will continue for as long as the value inside variable x is less than 5. So we come to line 12, we have a print statement, which is all the time going to pick the value that is stored inside variable x and print it out inside our command prompt interface. So on line 13, we have an assignment operator whose job is to increase the value of variable x by 1 after we have finished printing the value of variable x. Then the new value of variable x will now be checked against the while loop condition, and if that evaluates to a true answer, then we are going to print the new value of variable x. Then we increase the value by 1 on line 13 again, and the whole loop is going to continue this way until the value that is stored inside variable x is no longer less than 5. And when that happens, then the print statement on line 14 is going to be executed, and when that succeeds, then the next print statement on line 15 will be executed finally. So let's run our Python file, and as we can see, we got 0 because we started off by assigning 0 to variable x, and we all know that 0 is less than 5, so it's going to evaluate to a true answer. And so we are going to go inside the loop and print out the value of variable x. So that's how we got this 0. Now on line 13, we are going to increase the value of variable x by 1. So when we increase 0 by 1, we are going to get 1. Then we are going to test 1 against this condition again, and we all know that 1 is less than 5. So we are going to print the value of x, which is 1, and we are now going to increase the value of x, which is 1 plus 1. So now we get the value of 2. Then we are going to test 2 against this condition, which is going to evaluate to true. We are going to print the value of 2. We are going to increase the value of 2 by 1, which is going to give us 3. And we are going to continue this until the value of x is no longer less than 5. And in that situation, we are going to break out of the while loop, and we are going to run any subsequent code we have below the while loop. So let's comment out lines 10 to 15, and we are going to save our Python file. And so this sums it up for the Python for loops and while loops. Okay, so the question of the day is, what will be the expected output of the code below? You can leave your answer in the comment section. Okay, so if you are new to this channel and found this video helpful, then click on the subscribe button and the bell notification icon below so that you'll be notified when new videos are uploaded. Bye for now, and I'll see you in the next lesson.